Turn up what?
Hi, I'm Philip Madabuchi, and in this video, I want to talk to you specifically if you're an entrepreneur, if you're an employee working in a paid employment right now, if you're a business manager, a business owner, a consultant, a freelancer, and you have this big dream that you want to see come true, especially if you're thinking of building a big brand that's going to transform the lives of people in Africa or different parts of the world. I want to share something that's going to inspire you into action. Few years ago, I was just a painter and an artist. So what I do basically create beautiful piece, and also I eventually developed that into painting homes. So I was able to combine my painting skill with um, house painting and came up with creative and beautiful homes for families and offices. But years after, while working with a company here in Lagos, Nigeria, I realized the need to actually scale up this creativity. So it all began in 2013 when I had this dream and desire. I was not satisfied just being a painter, just being an artist. I wanted more, so I acquired as many skills I could get in the construction space. I gained skill in sports creating. I gained some level of skill in advanced painting techniques, special effects. I learned a lot of other things as an artist. I was able to call my artworks, artistic ability into painting. I was incorporate that. I took project management courses. I read here and also bought books on project management. I bought books on leadership. I did a lot of stuff. So, but later on, I realized that I needed a platform to help me scale and achieve all of those desires and dreams. So I sat down and I told myself, how do I want to be addressed? Who do I want to be known as? So I said to myself, I'm called a painter, that's going to limit me. If I'm called an artist, that's going to limit me. I'm also a commercial printer and an artist back then, and went into signage. So I had so many skills, sell myself in a way that gives me access to bigger opportunities and not limiting to any of my skills. So what I did was I realized, oh, I need to become a project manager. So I started using the word project manager on my business card. I created a business name and designed my first ever business card. That was 2011. And by 2012, I redesigned that again, came up with new concepts and ideas. Or now I can actually turn this into a brand and put all of my solutions together and created the brand name FUMAC project manager. So guess what? After I got that vision and that idea, and I wanted to build and launch, and of course grow and able to achieve my dreams and goals, I had a challenge in 2011 to 2012, ending of 2011 to 2012. I was going to, in my mind, I moved in to stay with a friend, and then things were still going on well, but at some point things became so complicated, and I began to struggle back then, and a lot of things were just making sense. Businesses were stalled, since contracts were not coming, no deals, no gig. I was almost going to give up. I could barely feed. A lot of financial challenges, and challenging other way. Otherwise, I couldn't pursue my dream. Everything was stagnated at that point. But guess what? Through 2012, I didn't give up. I kept building, I kept refining my skills, I kept creating designs. I had a piece, there's this particular book I had. I'll create beautiful designs. Like I already have a project I'm going to build, a project I'm going to work on. So I create beautiful designs and sketch it out. And even though I don't have anyone that's going to call me at that point, but I had the faith that if I'm going to call, I knew that that was a breathing space for me and things are going to change pretty soon. So I kept doing that. Lo and behold, after 2012, through 2012, I was able to create a brand design, another brand design for this particular brand, FIMA project. I wanted to run a kind of business in a way. The name was not registered. So I had my letterhead, my business card, my ID card, and my estimate sheet. I went online, I did a lot of research. How can I price myself such people pay me what I want? So the problem before 2012, or as of 2012, the highest money I've ever been paid was 100,000 naira. That was the highest project I ever got. That was the highest money I've ever been paid. And so that was not going to be enough. I'm asking myself a simple question: how many 100,000 am I going to get to able to afford a car of 3 million afford the property of 10 million, afford the property of 50. How many of such properties am I going to handle to be able to build property? I mean, own or build properties that's going to worth 100 million or more. So I sat down and then I redesigned the future I wanted to see. So, and I did a lot of research, and as a result of my research, I was able to create a brand and using my names and everything, put them together, firmware project, see project manager, and all of those things. But after I designed that, I didn't have the money to print all of those things. I paid a graphic person to design everything. I didn't have money to print them, the letter, nothing. So I was just stagnated at that point. But like I said, I didn't give up. I kept refining my skills. Guess what? In 2013, my mom were like, oh, my family were now more concerned for me. So they started inviting me for prayers, and I started the prayer program. I also, there was this church, particular church I went. So they invited me for a program, and I got the flyer. Usually, I don't take accept flyers, but I like the way the person that met me that day spoke and the way she related with me. So I collected the flyer. And guess what? On Sunday, I couldn't go to my church that day, so I decided to go to this particular church. So when I got there, the prayer was hot. Like I was fired up. And that during those challenging period, 2012 and early 2013, my prayer life was zero. There was no fire. Guess what? So when I want to pray, when I'm saying, Father, thank you. Guess what? I just sit there in the morning. I sleep up. In fact, when I finish praising, I say, okay, let me start prayer. I usually don't have prayer point. I don't even know what to pray, and I just sleep up. But immediately after that particular church program, that Sunday, it was a special program, miracle service. After I was done, I came out, I had a conviction within me that something in me has changed. In fact, they were saying anybody that want to see the man of God should wait. After I was like, why should I wait? The prayer that I've gone out here already, I have faith that it has worked for me. And I stepped out on my way, I bought some prayer books. Guess what? That night I didn't sleep. We kabashed prayer, so, and guess what? From that moment forward, my prayer life went skyrocketed up, and things kept working for me. So, and guess what? That was the pivotal moment for me. And guess what? I moved back to my parents' place, and then from 20 um, through that month, that was first quarter of 2013. By second quarter, I started getting calls to come to the island for projects and started getting involved in some BB projects. And it got to a point I was even selecting. So I was even I had a part-time gig where I go to teach as a part-time fine arts teacher, and I go for my painting gigs. I produce paint. Yeah, I was into paint production. I didn't mention that. I was into paint production as well. A lot of skills. I really paid. I really learned a lot. People don't know the kind of skills I possess. I possess a lot of skills. So finally, I started working on the island. Then I got a gig to work on a particular project. I mean, to come join an art gallery in VI and work with them as a painter. I only worked there for 3 days and I realized that that's not for me. They gave me an advance of, they will not pay me 30K then. So they gave me an advance of 3K from my money, salary advance. I needed some money then. After 3 days, and I said I'm not going to work with them again, I went back to them and I gave them back their 3K, give them back their uniform, and I left. But while I was there, something happened a particular day. I told one of the guys because he was like, "Oh, if the woman see me sitting down doing the work hours, she's gonna." I'm like, "What? You mean I'm done with what I'm supposed to do for the day, and you say this woman is gonna react or is gonna complain that I'm sitting down? No, that's gonna happen." You know what? See, if I leave this job today, I'm gonna get another job today. You see, people like me don't look for opportunity. Opportunity look for me. Hey! See, I don't know where that confidence came from, but I had the faith and I declared it. The day I went back to return the uniform and the money, guess what? I didn't even have more than 300 naira with me too. And that's going to be enough to bring back to mainland. That same day, I got contract on the island and I worth close to 70,000 naira. And yeah, that was it. So I got a little advance from the money and a couple of weeks I delivered and got my food balance. And that was it. From that day forward, a lot of things will change for me. Then in June, right, I so, but long story cut short, after working with the construction company for a while, I wasn't that feeling satisfied, so I said to, I got angry. In fact, the engineer refused to pay me for a particular job that we did. He said he would give me the balance. I was showing him money that, see, I have money, but I'm not going to give you. And he was complaining that there was, that I think he said that was his budget for the project. We exceeded it in terms of material. And I'm like, the work was so bad. It was a renovation job. You can't actually. I mean, to get a good job, it's going to take extra. It's going to take require materials. But I just got angry that night. And we're two that did the job. So the other guy, he paid him full. Me that now did, I sacrificed a lot to make sure the project was fully delivered. And not you know, give me money. I just got angry. I was like, keep the money. I'm never. And I left. And that day, guess what? They even stole my shoe the day before that. So I wore a slippers from the island from VI to mainland. So, but why immediately I go back, let's say I go back like yesterday, guess what? Today, remember I told you people like me don't look for opportunity. That's the grace I carry. So 20, I mean, like 2 days, let's say I got back yesterday. Today, somebody called me and said, Philip, where are you? I need us to see. Let's meet. And I went to meet the man. Like, oh, I work with a new company now. So the company decided I should bring someone that is very good and a good one of the. I mean, the owner of the company told the man because the marketer that I should bring one of the best out of the 1,001 printers that he has. That was how they got me in. And guess what? That was the single opportunity I needed, and it came with a full package. So before now, I used to give the man commission on every project I handled, and it was one that usually negotiates the project. I would tell him the fee, he will go and tell the client and come back and tell me, oh, the client said they can't pay 200K, it's expensive, they'll give you 100K and the like. I agree. So, but I don't know if he inflates or not, but he is usually the one that made it. I'm not concerned. I was satisfied getting the job, paying him his commission, getting my own money, and then I do most of the job, and a few of my guys work with me. So I still make a lot of money from that. So but something amazing happened when you're going to link me to this new company. He told me, Philip, from this day forward, I don't want to take any money from you. I don't want to negotiate on your behalf. I want to go work with the customers and the client directly. And that will change everything for me. So over there, I negotiated with the clients on the phone. I mean, I go to their company, negotiated with the man on the phone, and he agreed 100,000 naira. And before we finished, they added some extra jobs, so go 100 something thousand. But on that project, I had an accident. Yeah, I and the ladder, we fell from up and landed on the ground. I didn't know how it happened. I just saw myself in flight, and I landed. So my voice ceased. I was in shock. I couldn't breathe. I mean, I couldn't speak. And you see, something was going to happen. I was supposed to land on the glass of a particular trailer that was there. But luckily for me, because the factory, I landed on the floor. And because of the factory, it was a fully concrete floor. My hand got frac. I got a dislocation on my left arm, and then they had to rush me to the an orthopedic, and where I got treated. Guess what? Before that I got fully recovered. I got another project through the same company to handle a two-story building project. Without asking for a dime, I got on site, took out my savings, and worked on the project. So it was 3 days or a week into the project. The owner of the company now came, and then I told me, Philip, I'm going to pay you this, pay you that, and by totaling the whole money, the money was supposed to have ₦1 million, and the man said tomorrow we're going to transfer 250,000 to your account, and that was like a dream. Like nobody has ever given me 100,000 naira cash, and this man is here saying he's going to send me 250,000 naira. God, I was super excited. But then, like I said, my hand was not fully healed, so I couldn't use this left arm very well. So what I do is I will use my right hand to pack materials, pass it to the second arm. They use this. Oh my god! So like I'm just dogged. I'm dogged, and I thank God for the grace. So based on that, I will climb two-story building with just one arm. Use my ankle to hook myself on scaffold, and then I'll climb up, and then got to the up, and then do what I need to do, and do the job. And I was just mixing myself like one side, preparing the materials, coordinating the project. Long story cut short, we did so well that the owner of the project was even telling the owner of the company that, see, if you have anything you want to do for this guy in terms of money or anything, please don't delay. Please, we give them. They are the only people I'm enjoying on this side. Like when you come, you see them walking, no need of pushing. The woman was so happy with us, and that from that day for a lot of favor opened up. And I want to tell you also did was I ensured that even though God was, because God has answered my prayer and I have God's favor, I try as much as possible not to beg for that the opportunity to also grow and excel. Like I said, so step side or step on some people's or put down some part of the company and ride upon them and rise. But I just knew that the market was big, the industry was big enough for every one of us. So and that was it. So that was the pivotal moment for me. So why am I sharing this story with you? 2013, God used that year to change a lot of things for me. And guess what? If I had taken that job on the island, the art gallery where I'll be in a cool AC, it came with housing, accommodation. Usually we get stipend. There's a free transport from the house where we live on the in VI. In Oniru to where the office is in VI. There's a free transportation through. All of those things. Medical allowance is there, and I get paid 30K. Even some people that today still get 30K as salary, right? And they are graduate under those things. So, but back then that was it, and I was gonna get bonus too, and the bonus they say could be like 10,000 or 15 or 20 depending on the sales in a month, and it was a list kind of gallery. So top people, top artists that come fine ride. You see clients coming buying artwork of 4 million naira as of way back 2013. Now do the math. That's over 10 years ago. People can afford artwork of 4 million naira. Now do the math. Now to look at. So it was a big place, and I was an artist, so that could have been a break for me. But guess what? If I had stayed on that place, I wouldn't have achieved the new opportunity I was able to connect with, which is a paint company. Guess what? I grew. I rose to a high level. I outgrew most people that I met in the industry, and before you know it, I was in charge of the brand, this company's branding for their outlets. I was in charge of training painters. I was in charge of training their marketers. I was in charge of closing top level deals and sales. I became so good in sales and deals. The woman eventually confessed to me, the MD of the company, years after I left, that Philip, why we send it to what's a project is because whenever we send it to a project, we are sure that deal is closed. But they have another guy in the company. Whenever they send the guy to a deal, sometimes they know that this deal is already lost, right? So I became so good. But the question is this: how did a guy who didn't have opportunity, who didn't have job, who didn't have money, who had the skill but no job, nobody was paying him, a guy from nowhere, no connection, no contact, how did the guy rise so high in the industry and get to a point where he began to manage branches, became a consultant in the industry, could handle projects, had a lot of boys here and there. At a point I handled in a busy period. December is a very busy period and very difficult to get workers. But guess what? In a particular December, that was 2014, I handled projects in 4 states: Lagos, Abeokuta, Ogun State, Owerri, which is Imo State, and Enugu. 4 states, and with over 6 major projects back to back, and we are doing everything simultaneously. Guess what? Everything came out beautiful, and all our clients loved our job. All right, so and that was it when I now considered that Philip, with the way these things are going, there's need for us to build a brand, and that is what led us to building Dignified Brand Colors Nigeria Limited. And guess what? I didn't want to build a brand. Yeah, I wanted the company I work with to set that up as a service arm of the project arm of the company, and then let me run it for them. But then they were like, "Oh, we're already doing something like that." I'm like, "No, you guys are not getting. We're gonna rent out equipment. We're gonna provide different kind of tools. We're going to provide different kind of services under those things." So I'm saying this. I decided to do this video because I realized that a number of people have challenges transitioning. A lot of people have challenges making decisions on when it comes to choosing opportunities, right? So you need to be discerning. You need to be connected with God. The only reason why I could take that decision of not working in the art gallery, which had all the packages I wanted, like opportunity to sell my artwork for like 100K, 500K, all of those things, the big art gallery, opportunity to also exhibit my artwork, opportunity to connect with the top artists, all of those things were there. But guess what? My salary will have ended at just, let's do the math together, 30 times 12. That is 360,000 naira in a whole year, all right? And I'm going to still spend from the money, that means in a whole year I can't save up to 500K. But guess what? Between 2013 to mid 20 to early 2014, I've already invested over 1 point something to 2 million naira in a business I started by the side. All right. So what am I saying? Now, the money I'm supposed to make like in 3 to 4 years, I was just making less than a year. Why? I was able to work on high level opportunities. So whenever you're thinking of choosing a new opportunity and you're having difficulty making decisions, it's normal, but don't get swayed away by just the present comfort. Think of long-term opportunities. How is it going to better your life? Does it connect to your dreams and future? Does this connect to your lifetime goals? Does this connect to the big opportunities you want to see happen for you and your loved one? So all of these things are very, very, very important. If you have some questions you want to ask, I want to click on the link below. Send me an email and I'm going to reply, or send me a WhatsApp message as well. I'm going to respond to you. Or drop your question in the comment section. I'm going to reply. So if you are thinking of leaving your paid job to start your own business, if you are thinking of, oh, how can you grow in your business, in your workplace right now, no matter the level you are in your workplace, and looking for a way to grow and rise and get promotions, and you need some tips and guidance based on your skill set, I can guide you on this level. All right. But my work is more focused on entrepreneurs. But due to my experience, I can still offer you strategic insight to things you need to do as an employee currently, so that when you are eventually starting your own business, you can do it on a smooth level. All right. And if you're already a business owner, you're struggling, or you have a challenge, or you're thinking, oh, you want to see your business grow and expand, but you're having some difficulty in achieving that, I want to also work with you. Book a session with me, and we're going to dig this together. And now, why should you even listen to me? Do you know I'm part of the Tony Foundation program? Yes, my painting company, Dignified Brown Colors, got selected into the Tony Foundation program. And that same company today has grown to become an interior design company, more focused on serving business and homeowners in creating beautiful spaces. And guess what? We are coming up with a solution that's going to revolutionize the interior design industry and real estate. All right, very soon, but just be on the look for it. So we are open to investors. So if you have some money stacked up somewhere and like, oh, what can I do? Where can I put in this money and all of those things? You want to talk to me, and let's show you what we got at DB Colors Orange and some other building, and how you can key into it. See, you don't necessarily need to quit your job to start making money. The goal of everything is to be able to build wealth. All right, you need to become wealthy, not just rich. Being rich is good, but it's not secure. When you're wealthy, you are secure. When something happens to some of your assets or something, you don't get, you might feel it, but that does not bring you down to the poverty level. You're still able to sustain to the rich level and still go back up there. All right, so, and one of the easiest ways to do that is to invest into businesses. So if you're interested in understanding more about what we do at DB Colors Orange and how you can invest in that and be part of the future we are creating, I want you to click or the link below, or call me, or send me an email or a WhatsApp message. I'm going to respond. All right. So thank you for staying tuned to this. And final word, what you're doing today is preparing you for a bigger opportunity tomorrow. So don't lose focus. Don't lose focus. Don't lose focus. Don't lose focus. So prepare, build capacity for the future you desire, the kind of lifestyle you desire, in terms of your impact, the kind of impact you want to make in terms of income, and the kind of lifestyle you want to live. Start building capacity for that future. All right. So, like I always say, focus on the big picture, keep building, and keep winning. And finally, together we can transform Africa. Bye for now. Once again, my name is Philip Adabichi. I'm a serial entrepreneur, a business consultant. I've authored a couple of books. I might want to check the link below to understand more about some of my work and how you can benefit from some of them. And yeah, so I'm the founder of DB Colors NG and Funbox NG and a couple of other companies that we are working on already. So, what are part of the future?